In this video, we're going to introduce you to what's new with Next Best Action in the Summer 19 release. Now, in this release, one of the big focuses has been on improving the connectivity and integration story with Next Best Action. We've done that by introducing 3 new elements in the strategy builder. First and foremost is the generate node. With the generate node, you can create recommendations on the fly. These recommendations can be based on external data sources like a SQL database, an SAP instance, or Marketing Cloud. It could also be sourced from other Salesforce objects like accounts, opportunities, etc. So for instance, you could build a dashboard of the top accounts that your salesperson should be connecting with because maybe the last interaction was more than 90 days ago. In addition to the generate node, we've also added the enhance node. With the enhance node, you can modify or enhance a given set of recommendations with real-time updates, personalized information, or AI-driven predictions from services like Einstein Discovery and Prediction Builder. For example, you could use the enhance element to take a given set of recommendations and apply a discount based on the age of a customer. So for instance, if they've been with your company for a year, you give them a 5% discount, 2 years, a 10% discount, and maybe 10 years, a 25% discount. Now, the generate node and the enhance node both require Apex actions. We've added a third element called the map element, which allows you to make on-the-fly edits to your recommendations using simple Salesforce expressions. You can use the map node to do things like include contextual information, contact name, maybe a discount, etc. So for example, instead of just saying a generic thank you for your loyalty, you can maybe include the name of the contact and say, hey, Lauren, thank you for your loyalty. Now, in addition to the 3 new nodes, we've also streamlined the user experience for consumers of recommendations. We now have a single Lightning component that houses both actions as well as recommendations. You can think of it as a combination of both prescriptive guidance, so flows and quick actions that you must run, as well as suggested actions, which come in the form of recommendations. Now, the actions and recommendations Lightning component is an addition to the Next Best Action Lightning component. And finally, we've also made several ongoing fit and finish improvements. We've made it easier for you to package up your strategies and move them from one org to another with support for both managed and unmanaged packages as well as chain sets. We've also made it easier for you to build accurate expressions using a resource operator and value dropdowns inside of the strategy builder. Let's take a look at a quick example. Let's imagine that I'm a service agent at Jasmine Yogurt, a franchisor of frozen yogurt. Next Best Action can guide me on what I should say and what I should do as I'm working with a customer. Starting all the way from thanking the customer for their loyalty to sending out a technician on site because the customer I'm working with is an enterprise customer, and finally to making cross-sell and upsell offers once I've sent a technician on site. Now today, all the recommendations that are shown are based on records that live inside of Salesforce. With the new elements that we've added as part of the summer release, the generate node, the enhance node, and the map node, we can dynamically surface recommendations to our users just as if they lived inside of Salesforce, and also personalize them and tweak them based on the customers that we're working with. Let's take a look at how. So in this particular case, the first thing I'm prompted to do, because this is a new case, is thank the customer for their loyalty. Now, if I were to go in and mark the type as a problem, the case reason as an existing issue, and change the status to in progress, the strategy determines that the best course of action is to send a technician on site to help this particular customer. Now let's go ahead and accept this recommendation. When I accept this recommendation, it launches a Lightning flow, which asks me if I'd like to send a technician on site. So I'm going to go ahead and click yes. I'll just close this existing tab and hit next. Now, as soon as I do that, the status on this particular case gets updated to say that the field technician has been dispatched, and an email gets sent to the customer letting them know that help is on the way. Now that help has been sent, I now see cross-sell and upsell offers, including adding a new piece of equipment, upgrading existing equipment, or getting a 0% refinancing on existing equipment. Now, all of these recommendations are currently residing inside of Salesforce. But instead of using explicit recommendation records, I want to leverage products that I already have and surface those as recommendations to my service agents. So in particular, what I want to do is I want to load in these products as recommendations. So I want to take the product name, the product code, the description, product family, and surface these to my service agents. So now notice here in products, we've got things like the X240 soft serve machine, the point of sale machine, the Ohana Bucks coffee machine. Now in our strategy, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and delete this particular load element and replace it with a generate element. So we'll go ahead and say generate products, and we'll say get generate dynamic product recommendations. I'm going to pass it a single customer type. And what this allows me to do is the invocable action is going to take this customer type, do a SQL query for the products object, and load all of the products where the customer type or the product family is equal to the customer type, in this case, enterprise. So let's go ahead and hit done. We'll go ahead and just move this out here. We'll save and just make sure that we're seeing our dynamic product recommendations. So if I select an existing case here, now you'll notice that the recommendations that I'm shown map exactly to the products that I had. So you'll notice here that I'm seeing Ohana Bucks coffee machine, the Circle point of sale machine, and the X240 soft serve machine, which are all of the products where the product family is equal to enterprise. Now I can go a step further. I can take these product recommendations and enhance them with a discount based on the age of this particular customer. So let's go ahead and drop the enhance node. And we'll just say enhance with discounts. And in this case, what we'll do is we'll just pass in the account ID. So we'll just say now, what the enhance node does is given a set of recommendations. So in this case, the dynamic recommendations that are being generated from the products object, take all of those recommendations and enhance them with some value. So in this case, a discount based on the age of the customer. Now in the enhance node, again, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the account object. I'm pulling in the age of this particular customer, and based on the age of the customer, determining what discount is applicable to this particular customer. I'm then appending that discount percentage to the description of each recommendation. So let's go ahead and save this particular strategy. This time, instead of seeing it by in the test mode, let's go ahead and look at this particular strategy directly on our case layout. So there we have it. We now start seeing our dynamic product recommendations. It also includes an image of this particular product. And here we see appended a 5% discount value. So switching back to our strategy. One more thing that we can do with the new elements added in the summer release is personalize our recommendations, not with Apex invocable actions, but with simple expressions. So let's go ahead and add the map node to our strategy. And we'll just call it personalized thank you. And here, what we'll do is we'll change the description and we'll include the name of the contact followed by a comma, and then the description. Let's go ahead and hit done. Let's make a quick change here and make sure that our thank you is only shown when the case status is new. Let's go ahead and save this. Now, if we go back to our case layout and reset the status to new, we'll now see a personalized recommendation, which includes the name of the contact. So Lauren Boyle, thank you for being a loyal customer. We truly appreciate your business.